Hi guys, it's Mr. Ing, and I made you a little video just in case you felt a little bit nervous about tomorrow's quiz. I have a feeling that you guys can do the easy dimensional analysis problems, and if you can't, there is another YouTube video posted where I go through some very simple examples. In this one, I'm going to go through the harder examples that are probably goofing up at least a couple of you. So let's dig right into it. All right, so here we have our problem. 1.09 grams over mils, and the problem wants you to convert that into pounds over gallons. So the biggest change here is now we have a little fraction as our unit, right? But that is not that hard to work with. Check this out. So we're going to start with the same thing. We're going to start with the given, which is 1.09 grams, and I'm just going to write grams over milliliters like this, right, where I make a little line. So now I know there's a unit on the bottom, in this case milliliters, and there's a unit on top, in this case grams, right? Now let's just deal with the top like how we normally would. Let's go from grams to pounds, and fortunately over here we have a conversion from grams to pounds, right? 454 grams is 1 pound. So I got grams on top, so let's put grams in the bottom. All right, and let's put it into pounds, right? And we know that 1 pound is 454 grams. Grams cancel out, and now we're in one of the units that we want. Pounds is done, right? But what about gallons? How do we get it to gallons? Right here, we're in milliliters, and we want to go from milliliters to gallons. It looks like we got to go from quarts from milliliters to quarts to gallons. So let's first convert from milliliters to quarts, right? Look at this little conversion factor over here. So let's do that. Because milliliters is on the bottom, to cancel that out, we're going to need to put milliliters up here, right? So milliliters to quarts. See, it's a little bit like you just kind of flipped it over, right? Because our unit is now on the bottom instead of the top, right? And our conversion factor is that 946 milliliters is equal to 1 quart. Awesome. Now milliliters cancels out. You see it's gone. Now we're in quarts. So to get out of quarts and into gallons, we're going to put quarts up here and gallons on the bottom. And we know that 1 gallon is 4 quarts. Now, if you just kind of go through the math, if it's on the top, you multiply across. If it's on the bottom, you divide. So you're going to do 1.09 divided by 454 equal to times 946 equal to times 4, and you should get 9.08 quarts per gallon. All right. So basically, it's basically the same idea, but to get rid of the units on the bottom, we just put a unit on top to get rid of it, right? That's how we cancel it out. But the same thing, it's just catty corners. Let's do one more. This one's a little bit longer. This time I have 36 centimeters per second, and we want to go to miles per hour. So again, let's do the same thing. Let's start with 36 centimeters per second. I like to do the top one first. I don't know, that's just a habit of mine. So to go from centimeters to miles, that's a huge difference, right? So look over here. We have miles and feet, and we have centimeters to inches. So I guess I can go from centimeters to inches to feet, and then from feet to miles. I know that's a couple of steps, but it doesn't seem so hard. So let's go from centimeters to inches. So to go from centimeters, I'm going to put centimeters on the bottom. See, that way they're catty corner. They get to cancel out. I'm going to put that into inches. According to this little chart, 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So I'm going to put 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. Now I'm in inches. Great. From inches, I can convert to feet. So I know that 12 inches is 1 foot, right? Notice the units are canceling out, so I'm out of inches. And now I can go from feet to miles. Feet to miles. And here, every 1 mile is 5,280 feet. So I'm going to put 1 on the top, 1 mile, right? 1 and mile are married. And then 5,280 feet. Sometimes some of you kind of get into a habit of like, oh, I put the number on top. Oh, I put the number on the bottom. Don't do that. Instead, think about the conversion factor and marry that value to its unit, right? So now see the numbers on the bottom instead of like some of you I think would have put that on top. All right, so now we are finally in miles, and that is good. That's one of the things we want. Now we want to get it into hours. We got to convert seconds into hours. To do that, I'm going to put seconds right here. And I think we know that we can convert from seconds to minutes. And that's 60 seconds is equal to 1 minute. And then we get out of seconds now. We're now in minutes. And of course, we can go from minutes to hours. Minutes to hours. Right? And we know that 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. And that's good because now we're in miles and hours, and that's exactly what the question wants, right? It wants miles and hours, so good. So I just got to do this math. All the numbers on the top get multiplied together. All the numbers on the bottom, you divide from those values. So if I was going to punch it into the calculator, I would do it like so. I would do 36 divided by 2.54 divided by 12 divided by 5280 times 60 times 60. And what I get is 0.80. I actually get 0.80496, but I'm just going to put down 2 sig figs because over here there's some very few sig figs. I should actually just put down 0.8. So let's do that. 0.8. 0.8 miles per hour, or 0.8 miles, right, per hour. Okay, so I hope that helps. Thank you very much for kind of slogging through this video. I know this one was a little bit longer, and I will see you guys in class, and good luck on your quiz tomorrow.